we've transitioned. We're live.
Like,
Yeah, no, we're live.
like we're live?
Like we're live.
Oh, hey, what's up? Sick.
Yeah, we're live.
We did it. We made it.
Oh,
And
It's
we're
okay.
live.
oh my god.
Coming to you live.
Are we?
Today has been an
live?
ordeal.
Behind the scenes, I'm so tired.
This whole situation has just been an ordeal, but it's fine. We're here. We're
Just
good.
keep screaming at me. Bandwidth low. I know.
I already have a notification that I have to. What? Go ahead.
Technology. All right. Hi, folks. Technology's been
Been a
nightmare.
year, folks. It's
But
been a
we're
year.
here. It's been a time. It's been a time. But we're here. We're touch wood and anything else that will give me good luck around here. We are good. We are here. We are ready to go. We're ready to play some TTRPG. Fingers crossed. Hope you're doing well. Better than our technology is, apparently, currently. But yeah, hope you're doing well, hope you're keeping safe. We're going to jump straight in here, but first of all, I should probably mention the folks that actually keep us running here on Friends Who Roll Dice. First of all, the wonderful folks at Grinding Coffee. Grinding Coffee are a black LGBT plus owned coffee company. They do some fantastic different blends, and they do sample packs in case you want to grab a few different flavors. And the flavors they have are incredible. I cannot wait for my shipment to arrive because they are finally doing international again, and I need it. I need it in my life.
Did you put an order in already?
Yes.
Oh,
I need
you were
it in
going
my
to
life.
enjoy. Dude,
I
their
need it in
coffee
my
is
life.
so bomb. It's so good.
Their like chocolate cinnamon one is my favorite. It's like, oh, I think it's like Mexican blend or something. I need to remember the name of it. But yeah, go and check them out. Throw in FWRD for some money off your order, and that goes towards helping the channel as well as supporting a black LGBT owned company. So go ahead and check them out at Grinding Coffee Co. We also have the wonderful folks at Dice Envy, who we are affiliated with. There should be a link that will pop up in the chat at some point, as long as the bot is still working, because God knows if anything's actually gonna function today, including me. You can go ahead and use our affiliate link to get some money off some fantastic dice. Doesn't matter what kind of material or pattern you want, Dice Envy have you covered, and they have some fantastic personal sets and themed sets as well. And God knows we always need more dice. You don't want to be that one person who just has a single set of dice and just rolls that one. No. We don't do that here.
We call
it is
those
all about-
sociopaths.
No, none of my dice have
It
those
is-
currently.
It is all about getting, whether you get a set themed for characters or you just want to, be a dice goblin, go ahead and check out Dice Envy. They're fantastic. They're great. And last but not least, we are a part of the Roll20 Spotlight program. We've been pulling up some fantastic maps recently for battle encounters, including last session. It's been super fun to have that medium available. If you don't know what Roll20 is, somehow they are an online tool set which allows you to bring your pen and paper RPGs online. They have a fantastic set of both tools in the Roll20 setup itself, but they also have some fantastic TTRPGs that are on sale. If you are into D&D, they've just recently dropped a bunch of their D&D books in price, so you can go ahead and grab those on a discount. I would also say go ahead and support the myriad of indie creators on there as well. Whether that's Ryutama, whether that's Thirsty Sword Lesbians, whether that's Jungshir, whether that's whatever, you'll find something that fits you. And yeah, they're fantastic, they're wonderful, we love them. And you should definitely go ahead and check them out. You can sign up for free, and then you can also pay for a pro account if you want. That'll get you access to all kinds of awesome goodies. But yeah, Roll20, this is how we roll. With that being said, for the folks who may not have been following the antics of this group so far, who wants to go ahead and recap for folks at home what happened last session.
Wait, do
Not
we
a
want to
whole
do
lot.
our open intro credits?
Oh yeah, intro credits. I forgot about those. Why don't we roll that? Sweet. And we are back. Big thanks to all the folks on the cast who put towards this. It's incredible. I love taking a look at all the art and all the animations and all the edits and things like that. That's just me picking y'all up. Who wants to review?
I'll do it.
happened last session? Go.
Okay, so this is what happened, guys. So we walked into Queen Elowin's throne room, and there was Valerki, our arch nemesis, standing there saying, "You weren't who I was expecting, but you'll do." And then the doors slam shut behind us. And then Naui chucks a spear at Valerki's face, and half her face falls off to reveal half-dead tentacle face. It was scary. So, and then Valerki summoned our friend, the crew worm, who's half Kruthic, half worm. Scary dude. Scary thing. We're not sure on gender yet, so. And we kicked the Valerki tentacle thing's butt. It died a good death. A dead death. And then the crew worm got sucked back through the portal that it came in and disappeared. So a dead end. Another hanging thread again. We'll find him one day. Then now we left to go find the queen, who was bunkered down in her bedroom. And Mara headed out towards the mischievous maker to retrieve the rings we were promised. And on her way, she sent a message to Esther to say, "Hey, is Valerki with you?" And she wasn't. And that we just fought something that looked like Valerki, but was a half-dead tentacle thing. So, and that's where we left off.
Was a half-dead tentacle thing.
A half-dead tentacle thing. I mean, that's not inaccurate.
I mean, that's the official. That's what it is. That's the official title.
Yeah, there you go. That's the actual stat block. It's just half-dead tentacle thing. That's it. All right. Cool. So we have a bit of a split in the party. So let's deal with the individuals first before we come back to the group. Do we want to go with Mara first, or do we want to go with Naui first, as you are the two that are currently separated?
I believe now we had made it back to the group. Yes, she was the queen going back.
Yes,
to the group.
yes. You were heading
So
straight back. Okay, so let's go with Mara.
Okay, so Mara makes it to the mischievous maker.
Mm-hmm. You immediately, as soon as the fight's over and you've had a chat with the group, you book it.
Oh, she didn't even chat with the group. She said, "No, go get the queen," and left.
Mm-hmm.
There was no chat.
Yep, you immediately leave, and you go ahead and make your way through the section of the town. It is still a bit of a walk, but you do find your way just fine to the Mischievous Maker. The rest of the town seems perfectly normal. They aren't even aware that an incident has occurred. They seem fine, completely unfazed, just going about their regular days. The Mischievous Maker has a little open sign set up. There are some wares still in the window. You see the little goblin individual just kind of shining some stuff. Just decorated in the window, and then through it you will see Carter appearing to be charting some kind of shop ledger.
Okay, so she bursts in the door, She bows to the goblin.
This mob kind
And
of
she-
like jumps as you burst through and just, you know, grumbles and just starts going back to its work.
And she goes, Kata, I need to talk to you. It's very important.
Some eyes look up from the charter. Well, you certainly know how to make an entrance.
Well, things are happening, things you need to know about. You probably want to like step aside so I can tell you these things. But yeah, there's stuff afoot.
Right. My good friend, would you mind just keeping an eye on the front of the store here? You would get a muffled grumble straight back and just watch the store again. Is it? Come into the back, dear. He'll open up a little door off to the side, which seems to open up into almost a little. It's almost like a half kitchen, half alchemy station. You can see a lot of like pots and like potions of various different kinds scattered across. But there is also like regular food right next to it, and like a stove and a little pot fire. He'll just go ahead and pull up a seat immediately for you, and one for himself as well. And just kind of take a rather over-exaggerated stance as he sits down and just places a claw kind of on the side of his face. Just, now please, I am all for the gossip.
Okay, so first of all the people who were gathering the healing fluid are dead. The healing fluid has dried up. The miners, gatherers, whatever, they were attacked by cultists, and then one of the cultists turned into a hydra and then ate them all. And then we killed the hydra, so that's been taken care of. We only know it was cultists because of the little pieces that were left. Yeah, it was just a mess. We completed your task. Can I have our rings, please?
A moment
Wait,
of silence.
Down will have given you the jars because you do the talking. So you have the stuff that he wanted that we collected for him.
Oh, we were giving it to him? I thought Donwin was keeping it.
I am keeping a lot of it, but there were still like 3 jars
Okay.
I put aside for him.
Okay, so this was all that was left. Everything else is dried up. And if I need to make a deception roll, I will.
It's more. Carl's gonna go ahead and just see
Make an
whether
insight
you're
check.
lying. Yeah.
She is not lying. They were eaten. It's dried up.
It's mostly true.
Carter seems a little skeptical, but will kind of just sit there for a moment as a little bit of time passes. He'll just kind of mull over what you said. He'll put his head back kind of in his hand off to the side and just...
And she will say, I have other things to tell you, but I'd like to conclude this business first.
That is quite the story. But I have no reason to not believe you.
Well, we have
Yeah.
Hydra bits that I can bring by later, but I need the rings. It's pretty
He'll
important.
take the three canisters, and he'll just move them off to the side of this little like alchemy table he has. Just place it off to the side. He'll point over to the left, where there is a very nicely, neatly wrapped and protected bundle off to the side. You know, just your things are there, everything that we agreed. I think you'll find it
Okay.
to be in tip-top shape.
Thank you very much. You worked very quickly. Okay, now the next thing. So we were called to Queen Elowin's throne room this morning, and we were going to give her a report of everything that we found. But instead of Queen Elowin, there was the head of the Luna Cerritos there, and we fought her, and now we cut part of her face off, and she was not. She had a tentacle face. And it was a half-dead tentacle. 2 of the tentacles were dead. And I think she was waiting for the queen because she said when we stepped in, and I quote, "You weren't who I was looking for, but you'll do." So since it was the queen's throne room, I assumed she was waiting for the queen. As far as I know, the queen's okay. And he sends a message to Nawi. "Hey Nawi, is the queen okay?"
Hello? Yes? Who is this?
Oh, sorry. This is Mara. Not
Oh, hello. No, that's fine. Yes, where did you come? Everyone else is here. The queen is
Hi.
quite strong.
Oh yes. Okay. I'll get back to you. So the queen is okay, but I thought you would like to know since you guys are friends.
Forgive my crassness, but why the fuck didn't you lead with that?
Oh, because I wanted to make sure I got the rings before you ran and saw the queen, because we're gonna need these. As she's stuffing them in her bag.
Typical
You ready?
adventurers.
What's taking you so long? As she heads out the front door.
Is Mara grabbing just the rings or like?
Wait, please
No,
grab
she's
the
grabbing
other
the
No,
whole
it's
package.
everything.
That
Yeah, it's
everything, the
everything.
swords and everything. It's everything.
He'll jump up and quite literally jump up and kind of rearrange his outfit a little bit, kind of pull back a bit of hair that he has kind of across the side and just very well. I suppose I don't like the lighting in there. Anyway, he pulls out a little a little kind of cylinder from his belt. You watch as he kind of uncorks it and takes a small crystal in between his fingers on one side. He just, "I'll meet you there." Pulls this little cylinder up and immediately just starts reapplying his mascara as he casts teleport and just vanishes.
You could have taken me with you. And anyway, Mara just runs. Actually, Mara pulls out her ring and puts it on so he can start attuning.
Doesn't it take like an hour to attune? Good.
How long do you think it's going to take Mara to get back to the...
Now that she's carrying
I'm
all
not
the weapons.
thinking about Mara. I'm thinking about the rest of the party
Oh.
just sitting there for an hour. This is fine. This is fine. We're good. We're good.
Ray, you're muted.
Well, there's going to be discussions happening. I
Oh, damn
imagine that it's going to take a while.
It's that meme of the guy who's just got the stick and he's just like, "Do something." Just poking the ring. So everyone else who is currently in the throne room, you're beginning to hear the pattering of a set of feet as Nawi and Queen Elowin make their way back to the throne room. As the door opens, you hear a and then a little puff of like greenish smoke. The spell subsides as you see Carter standing there, one hand kind of underneath his elbow, the other still just applying this makeup. So he's just, oh wow.
I have an important question.
Mm-hmm.
Does he appear like in front of me as I'm walking in?
Why not? Yeah, it's funny.
I have Lupa pin him to the ground.
Oh, it's like, does he punch him? Does she punch him?
I have
It's like-
Lupa start because I'm on Lupa, and I have Lupa like pin whatever is in the smoke to the ground.
Just like, well, it does appear you've made quite the mess. Just straight on the ground. There's a clang and a thump. Everyone else just sees this sudden jump from Looper as they pin Carter to the ground. He's
I feel like Dawn.
It's you.
Your fur is lovely. Could you perhaps just? I'm a little allergic. Could you just a step back?
I look at the queen. Is he safe? Do we know?
She'll look at him and look back to you. Look back to him. One moment. She'll drop the crossbows down to her sides and kind of leave them on the floor for a moment. She'll lean in and whisper something into his ear. She'll wait. He'll whisper something back. And then there is she slaps him across the face. Yes, that's him. She'll slap him across the face once and just, yes, that's him. We'll be fine.
Should I let him up though? It seems like he did something bad.
It's jest. Don't worry about it. No need to be concerned.
I'll get it off of him.
Hey, Ray,
Slipper steps away. He will slowly pull himself back up and just kind of rearrange everything again. We'll cast mending on the bits where the claws just kind of touched. Yes, sorry, Dawn.
I was just gonna say, is his mascara? Did his mascara do the thing? Is it on his eyelid now?
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of kind of like a mark, like a drag mark from the eyelid, just a bit across. And as he's kind of mending his clothes, he'll jump up and just kind of lick a finger and just kind of rub it away. Just, I guess I'm going to have to redo that later.
Okay. If he didn't fix it, Dawn was going to point it out.
He's definitely not fully fixed it. He's kind of just it's that thing where you don't have a mirror on your hands. Okay. You try and it's a little smudged. But he'll go ahead and jump up and take another look at the room and just, I'm glad to see you all well. Our friend notwithstanding. And they'll look towards the body of this thing.
Which, if I remember correctly, at the end of the last session, Aridin and Orin, I think, were kind of investigating it. I know that Aridin took the sword.
Aridin took the sword and had noticed it is not Viliaki's blade.
Right.
So
but did we find anything else on her? Or it?
You find...
I also... Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go on.
Also wanted to do a medicine check and just see if I notice anything about the body of just not necessarily searching for items, but more if I notice anything about it.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll the medicine check for me.
Well, I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4. Okay.
Yes, so 12 total.
This doesn't seem to be anything anatomy-wise that you have encountered or seen before. This doesn't really seem to be anything that you have heard of either during your travels and speaking to the nature around you. You do notice, as it's a 12, if you were to get a little closer, it seems like although there was blood, there doesn't seem to be a circulatory system in the sense that it doesn't seem to be up and running. It doesn't seem to have had a heartbeat. Everything seems to be in a strange state of stasis, almost. The skin itself hasn't fully died. It hasn't crumpled and fallen off, but it's also not fresh. It's also not living. It's a very weird state of reanimation almost. Anything further, you're not quite able to deduce, just due to the biology of the creature. As for what is on it, other than its tattered robe and the blade, not a whole lot. You do notice there is no spellbook on the body, which, as a Lunasoritas, is weird. Everyone that you've encountered has a spellbook at least on them.
Yeah,
So,
wizards.
Yes.
Can I do an Arcana check? See if the weird necromancy, magic, tentacle stuff is similar to the fusion.
Sure, you can go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Can I just make an Arcana check?
See what you find.
It's a 16.
Okay. You can see, taking a closer look at the cadaver before you. First of all, yes, there is most certainly some kind of necromantic magic going on here. However, this definitely appears to be some kind of long and taxing ritual that seems to have kept this thing alive. This isn't just a quick necromancy spell, like a one and done. This seems to be a long ritualistic process, and you do see very old signs of ritualistic markings across the creature. Not a lot, and definitely difficult to see, but they are there.
I'm going to take notes of these markings.
Okay. The ones, sorry, I was just going to say, the ones that aren't, like, arcane in nature appear to be in a similar language to the ones that you saw in Mara's vision.
Fantastic, thank you.
If Natalie sees Dawan, like, working, she's going to try and go help. That's all I was going to say.
Yeah, absolutely. And the markings and nature of this creature are pretty mysterious to you as well. There's nothing that particularly either your travels in this world or your time in the Verdant Vale, you've not seen anything like this.
Oh, I need to be very clear. I don't think Natalie can be helpful. I think it's like, hey, will you hand me that Phillips head? And it's like, do you mean this one? No, like, that's a hammer. Oh,
Can you hand me the forceps? Here you go. Hands over a bone saw. No. No.
Yeah, it's 100% that.
That's funny. So while Orin is kind of like leaned over this body, he's gonna pull out the jar with perhaps, and he will kind of shake it and go, all right, you little scaredy cat. Now, this seems slimy and weird like you are. What the fuck is it?
Some fucker, get out of bed.
You wouldn't help us in the fight. You wouldn't help us in the fight. You're gonna help us now.
That's rather cruel. Okay, It appears to be one of my kind, but not quite.
What's your kind? And you're gonna tell me straight this time.
We are creatures from another plane. A plane where my kind are most certainly the top of the food chain. We do not have any predators or any concerns. We've been allowed to just be.
And you haven't seen anything like this before, this experimentation.
I legitimately have not seen anything like this. I have heard rumors of members of my kind trying to improve themselves, to give themselves more time, but I have never seen anything like this. And I do mean that truly.
Insight check.
Go
What are you
ahead.
gonna insight?
I don't know.
His little
Insight.
tinny voice in your
The
head.
Oh yeah, it's
I
like the
believe it, but I
feeling
just,
in your
oh,
head,
and-
right? What's a deeper way of knowing someone?
Yeah, I know. I just want him to be lying. It was an 8 anyway, so
Okay.
Warren believes him completely.
He's hard to read. It's hard to read a worm with no facial expressions. You know?
Yeah, and okay, and even though like
It's hard to read a tic tac.
perhaps his side of this conversation is in Oren's head, Oren is speaking out loud to the jar, just like staring at it in its little whatever toothy. I assume it has a leech style tooth maw.
My favorite trope is people that talk out loud to people that talk telepathically, but I also know that's you practically. Like, I don't have
I
to
don't
make
have
you
any psychic
telepath-
I don't have any psychic shit.
Yeah, I was gonna like. We can't hear Pax's side, right? Yeah.
No, you're just hearing Oren kind of interrogating this guy and being rather direct with perhaps. Although you've heard perhaps before, so, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you're watching a movie and someone's on the phone, but you're only hearing that part of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think now he looks at the queen. So you seem to know that things were, fucked. What's going on?
Yes, I knew that something was wrong. I felt a dullness, I suppose, a pain in my mind that wouldn't let up. I just knew something was wrong. And so, not wanting to endanger anyone else here, I thought I'd wait for it to come to me. Well, it turns out that it had the same idea.
It seems quite funny now. Yes, like a comedy. Like you were waiting for them, and they were waiting for you, and neither of you showed up at dinner.
It was very much that kind of deal, yes. But
She was quite weak. It was not hard. I doubt it was worth your time, honestly. I'm just glad you're okay. Is there something we should be doing now?
I'm glad you are all right also. I'm not aware of this thing. I'm not entirely sure who, what it is. I will send them to my doctors and make sure that whatever information we pull from the analysis is shared with you all.
Do you have someone who can talk with spirits?
I do not, no.
Hmm.
That's not something I'm particularly aware of.
Oh yes, some the people that are dead, some people can raise their spirits for a moment. Well, some can do it for longer, I'm sure, but I've only seen it for a moment.
Interesting. I'll have to look into that, see whether that's anything anyone would know about. Could be helpful, perhaps. Either way, did you find anything useful?
Not
Did
really.
Well, it looks to be like it was mostly dead before we made it fully dead. So, something odd. It's something odd. And it had a face that we've seen before, but I'm not quite sure it's the same face. I think it was just wearing it, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's the same, but it could be.
Disguise.
Yes.
Camouflage.
But I think the other person that we saw, it might be a completely different person, and they just chose that face this time. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. Who did they originally appear as then?
You all know more about that than I do. I'm still a little bit confused. They seemed to know her
They were quite
sister.
They were quite mad at her face before it was this face, and then when it was this face, they did not care.
I wouldn't say I didn't care. Well, the first face that we saw was Matriana Velirki, who is Eridan's old master and leader of the Luna Cerritos, who, from our experience, has been quite the troublemaker. When it changed that kind of face with the googlies, I've seen that before. That's the kind of creature that mind controlled me into stealing where we found our little friend here.
Interesting.
Have we shown the queen perhaps already? I already spilled those beans.
Yes.
Yes.
She knows about perhaps.
I was like, all right, hold on.
She doesn't know a lot about
Kada-
perhaps, but she knows that perhaps
Kada
exists.
did not know about.
Kada
that,
did not
No,
know.
Kada doesn't
That's
know
new.
at all.
Yeah.
So
Right.
as this is
And
all going on, like fixing the
jar-
mistake with the mascara, there's like a
The jar is back in Oren's pocket, and he's just like our little friend here.
By the way, I'm not there, but the last time we saw Verlurky, she was with the crew worm,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
this thing summoned the crew worm, so you guys might want to bring that up.
That's true.
That's true. I mean, I can bring that up when I'm examining the body and I notice that some of the arcane symbols on it are not the arcane symbols, but similar to the symbols in Mara's vision. Also, that one has speak with the dead.
Oh, I think I do as well.
That is what I was hinting
Yeah,
at.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what-
yeah.
I was like,
We have two
I
clerics.
was
Are one of them gonna
frantically-
speak up?
wasn't
I was
sure.
frantically checking my spell sheets. Okay, I was like,
I
oh.
wasn't sure if we were high enough level for that, so I
The
wasn't.
only
I
reason
didn't
I
want to
didn't
be
say
like,
it
oh,
because
I have.
Oren
It's
has
a-
no idea that exists.
I was like, no, he's died before. She has to know about other spells that people use on dead people, right?
It's a third level spell.
Yeah.
You should be able to have it.
Hey, Ray, give me speak with dead. I've been dead before.
Not sure that's how it works, but that's fine.
I've spoken with the dead when I was dead, so I should speak with the dead when I am alive and dead.
That's a different spell. That's gossip with the dead.
Okay, I do have speak with dead. I
Let's
just don't have
chit
it.
chat with the dead.
Exactly.
Spill the tea with the dead.
Spill the
Spill the
tea
tea
with
with
the in the tea leaves.
I mean, Melissa, we could next long rest. We could ask it 10 questions. No.
That's so many.
Well, I think that's why I was wondering if there were any like cultist or minor heads left, but then there weren't. Everything was pretty
No, there were not.
gone.
Yeah,
So I
everything
think
was
that's like what
clean.
my reasoning was, but I wasn't sure if I had that yet.
I enjoy
Yeah.
like one of you speak with dead, and the spirit goes back, and then the next one's like, no, get the fuck back up.
I got more questions.
But also, I had a thought as we are talking about Valerki in the background. Dalmon's going to turn to Eridan, who is presumably T-posing in the corner. Do you think your sister could identify the sword that was on this if it's not Valerki's?
Aridin is kind of looking over the blade, and I'm real quick gonna just roll an Arcana check for him.
She does
one of
know
us
that those
doing that, or
symbols
you
are
rolling it?
like they weren't ones she could read, and she was gonna have Mara read them when she got back.
Yes. The promise that is on the blade is not Valerki's, and it is not in the usual writing of the Lunasoritas. It is in what appears to be an amalgamation of that language, like a bastardized version of that language, and the deep speech that you've already seen. That, and with the Arcana check, Aridin would know that, and will inform you, actually, that the magic that was used to blade sing was not something that she's seen before. That sparkling of purple and black was certainly not something that she's ever seen. And it's something that members of the current party who fought Valerki the first time didn't see either.
Okay.
I think
So
the
Esther
biggest
would have
question
known.
that I have is, was this Valerki that transformed into this weird creature? Or was this weird creature disguised as Valerki?
I will say, and the Queen will speak up, it's rather odd for me to harbor a prisoner of a unknown underground organization and then quite literally the next day have someone from that organization suddenly show up to try and kill me. I am getting the feeling it may have been an easy decoy.
Like someone else is coming to get you. I'm trying really hard.
Who else? Who else wants you dead?
It's kind of like that thing as a child when you spill some paint on the ground and instead of owning up to it yourself, you throw the paint over your sibling and then say that they did it. I'm
Could
beginning
it
to
be
think
someone
this is similar.
within the castle? Because who else knows that she was here, is my question. If to make that into they'd have to know a lot about the organization and what she looks like as well. I feel like that's a lot of information that would need to be known in order to make this a diversion.
I 100% agree.
Couldn't I don't know this other person they're opposing us, but couldn't they have just sent this thing to trick us? Yes.
That'd be a pretty big signature.
Well, maybe they're doing something very big right now that they don't care about if we know it was them, because it's too late. Where would you be today if you were not here dealing with all of this?
Queen will kind of look over towards the body and just, frankly, I'm kind of insulted that they sent just one.
That's what I was saying. It was very weak.
I have some prior engagements that I need to fulfill. Meetings with individuals of the local areas, finding out exactly where the breadth of this missing people expands to.
Should you send a messenger to these officials? Maybe they are in danger.
That's beginning to become my thinking. That'll be one of the next steps. I can't help but feel frustrated that we've been led to another dead end. Well, it's probably not a dead end, but it feels like one.
I think Naui pings inside the Queen's head.
I know you could get there if you needed me to distract people. I know you can get there much quicker than any messenger.
Telepathically, Professor X. I'm planning to reconvene with an old friend, hoping that they may have some more information on exactly what's going on here. They are far more talented in observation than I am.
Okay.
But they'll send you a little knowing smile off in the kind of the corner of their face.
Does Mara get back now?
Yes, this would be about the time that the doors open up and Mara's there.
Mara's like, you could have took me with you.
You were already leaving. I thought you had it.
She would curtsy to the queen.
Oh,
Your Majesty,
Right, none of us
where
did
is
that.
Sinclair?
Sinclair? Well, should be somewhere in the castle. Perhaps doing some errands in the, town. I mean, he should be. Everyone else, I didn't inform anything was going on. I didn't want things to be disrupted or people to throw their lives away haphazardly.
Dawan, do you remember what the guard looks like who came and got you and told you that the queen was looking for us?
What can I roll to say yes?
Mara's in investigator mode. Listen, some stuff's went down.
Listen,
I'm not happy
I
about
just like
it.
that you were squinting and clearly listening to this conversation, but also Mara being Mara like, wait a second. Can I roll? I don't know, not history.
Just roll a quick history check.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright.
did you want to come and get me from outside too? Was Jacaranda?
I think it was just me, wasn't it?
Was this you? Okay.
It's 21.
Okay. Yeah. You don't know the name of the individual, but you could pick them out of a crowd. They weren't particularly massively noticeable, but you could pick them out.
I mean, they were average, if I tried to describe them, you'd pick any number of guards, but I could pick them out of I could find them, I guess.
So, and Your Majesty, am I right in assuming that you did not send a guard for us?
I did not, no. You saying you encountered somebody?
Oh, yes. A guard came to my quarters and said that you were looking for us.
There's a lead.
But if Valerki, or not Valerki, was not expecting us, and the guard was trying to take us to a trap, who is the trap meant for if not for us?
That is an excellent question.
So yes, when we entered the room, Valerki, Tentacle Face, said that they weren't expecting us, but that we would do. So they were looking for someone that would be entering the throne room. So I assumed you. By the way, great shielding in this room.
They pause for a moment as a look of genuine concern comes across their face as they say, "And you're telling me that you haven't seen Sinclair today?"
No, I haven't seen Sinclair since we got back. Not that he should have been here last night, but we didn't get back too late. And usually I see Sinclair around. I thought he was avoiding hugs, maybe. But
I thought he was avoiding us.
I will be honest, I don't know who is. What's this Sinclair?
You know, the guard captain that accompanied us when we first met.
He's the one with the stick right up his ass.
Oh, I usually ignore what he says until the queen tells me to listen.
I know about it.
he is. Lupa does not like him.
Also, there are cultists killing your subjects. They killed
Oh.
all the miners in the mine. Just thought I'd throw that out there too. Not that you don't have enough on your plate, but you should be aware.
Busy day.
Hey, by the way, there are cultists in a mine that we took care of, and also the cultists turned into a hydra after eating a bunch of people, as well as fellow cultists.
And cultists. So I don't know if they're covering their
thing
tracks.
at a time.
Listen,
thing
it
at a
has been a
time.
long couple of weeks.
It's
That
only
was-
been
It's
2
been
days.
2
was
days.
yesterday.
It was yesterday.
I'm talking about since I've met you. It has been a long couple of weeks.
Been 2
Eyes begin to dart around the room, looking towards the doors that are kind of further back in the throne room and not seeing anyone. Also realizing that no one obviously was stationed in here, she turns towards everyone. Just, well, you've just explained everything. Need to find Sinclair. He's the only other person that would have been in here without this area being guarded.
I am on it.
If it wasn't for me, it was probably for him.
Now he's already leaving. We're on Lupa.
on Lupa.
Just victory marching away. Just
Nolly, I know where his office is.
Oh, I can find that. I will get something with his scent on it. We'll find him.
all right.
She would hand swords to Orin and start handing out rings. Okay, we're all gonna need these. You need to wear them for like an hour
He's gone.
before the magic starts working.
Didn't I?
Oh,
Question.
as
Go ahead.
Go
you
ahead.
first. No, you first.
okay, as Mara hands Oren's crimson wood staff back to him, he'll just hug it tight and then go over to Dewan and pull out the little extenda quarterstaff that you lent him. I really appreciate this. It's actually very nice, but I'll never let go of this. And he'll hand it back to you.
But mine's better.
That one's gonna like hold her hand out to stop you and say, just in case it gets knocked out of your hands, best to have a secret second weapon.
Or in case you need to chuck something, you want to chuck the extendo quarterstaff.
Listen,
and
it's
not your
it's
regular.
collapsible. Like
Oh my god, I love that. The idea of like throwing it and it's like
yeah. That one's not using it at all.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll make sure I don't lose it.
It's okay if you do. It just frees up a spot in my chest for medicine or more goo that I find. Give me all the goo. My question was, didn't I get like a cloak of shielding? Am I imagining that?
Yeah. She hands you
Yeah.
your cloak.
Yes. Yes.
Again, you
Yeah, you
have to wear
gotta-
this for like an hour before the magic activates.
That's okay. I no
Is
longer
a
have
plus
to
one
use.
quarterstaff attunable? Or
It's only a +1, I think.
yeah. It's
So
Yeah.
no.
yeah.
I don't.
So now he leaves. The queen is going to follow you, Nawi, as they are very incredibly concerned. You can see their entire
Angry.
body language has now shifted towards something more serious and more almost battle ready as they pick up both these crossbows from the floor, flip them round, rest them on their shoulders, and then they will rush out after you, Nawi. And probably not a surprise to you, Nawi, but a surprise to the guards. She manages to keep pace pretty well with Lupa. She's a damn fast runner. Yeah, and then as soon as you both leave, Mara just starts handing out the goodies, and Carter's just kind of
Please tell me what Carter's doing. Just like, oh, okay, yeah.
Carter's was looking at the body and then looking at this transaction, And he'll just kind of chuckle to himself a little and place his hand kind of back across his cheek. And as you begin handing out all the items, he just, oh, please do enjoy. I like to admire my own handiwork sometimes.
How does the cloak
I
work?
think these are going to be very needed. I very appreciate you working so fast.
Oh, yes, and you've clearly picked the absolute best time to do this. Not that we have any other pressing matters to be dealing with or anything.
Well,
So while
I figured Naui has it. And if it has been taken over, we might need these.
Yeah, that.
So while all this is happening, after I get my anklet of fast walking, I want to cast divination as a ritual, and I want to ask if Sinclair's in mortal danger.
Nope, because he's dead.
Right. You will
I
have
don't like
to
Sinclair,
step
but I don't want that to happen to me.
Outside of this room to do that.
Yeah, you will have to step just outside the room because the throne room
Okay.
is protected from
Magic.
divination magic.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah,
So I will
you can go ahead.
right outside the room.
Okay, and what was the exact question?
I guess if we can rescue. Wait, it says it has to be a specific goal, event, or activity within 7 days. So it has to be. I guess that's kind of an activity if Sinclair's in mortal danger.
I guess it's kind of an event.
Kind of an event.
Is Sinclair going to have an event that will make him have a bad
Yes.
day?
Yes.
Okay. Let me have a note.
Or will they be in the next 7 days?
Yes. Okay. Let's have a look here. Doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome. Okay. So you go ahead and cast this divination spell, and the reply you get is, they are currently in danger, but whether that's mortal or not is unknown.
Okay. So yes, we do need to find Sinclair very quickly. So I'll come back in. I'll let everybody know that, and I will also. Are people considered creatures?
Yep.
I just want to make sure it's not a specific locate human.
No, they are most certainly considered creatures.
Okay, so I will attempt to. Actually, I do not have that prepared right now, so I will not do that.
So if you want to go to Naui, because after a while, Mara would just send to Naui. Did you find it? Because they move lots faster than we can, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so with all this being sorted and all of this being handed out at the same time, Naui and Elowin are sprinting out. Elowin will turn her head and just, I must ask, are you able to connect from this distance? Do you need to know where they are?
Huh. Do I need to know where they are? It's a nice
Oh,
little-
Mara could have cast sending and said, "Hey, Sinclair,
Hey, where-
are you okay?"
hey, where the fuck are you? Hey, bro.
But now Mara's more suspicious. She thinks he has something to do with it, where the queen thinks he's in danger. So Mara wouldn't think to send him.
Yes, they just have to be able to see me. So there could be a mirror, or there could be. It is not limitless. There are limits to my abilities. I'm sorry, but with Lupa and I both have very good noses.
Right, in that case, I have a plan. Lupa, may I?
Lupa listens to her. whatever she wants, Lupa listens to her.
She'll nod and almost in that kind of like Legolas style from the movies, she'll grab onto a section of your clothing, Nawi, and she will just kind of pull herself up and onto the back of Lupa and kind of hold with one arm around your waist. The other, she begins casting Sending.
Okay.
And she'll begin to just cast this small little like orb of runes that you'll see kind of spin around her hand. And she'll sit there and wait and just kind of hang on as the magic begins to travel up her arm and begins to light up her eyes as she casts this outwards. And there's a moment of silence between you. And as the magic fades, she breathes a pretty heavy sigh of relief. Okay, good. Take a right here.
Okay.
Carry on for 10 minutes.
Okay.
We'll find him around about there.
Was he just snapping?
He was attacked, but he found a friend who helped him out, thankfully.
Oh, okay. This is good. This is good. Yes, this is just a lovely afternoon stroll.
It's less of a panic, certainly. Your group has a habit of getting into a lot of different threads.
Oh, do you think I am part of the group now? Do you think so too?
They seem to like you.
Oh yes, but I don't know. I've known them for a week. Question mark?
They seem to like you.
2 days?
Oh, I 4 days. What's Jesus?
It's not been long.
3 days
Listen,
maximum?
a lot has happened. A lot.
No, at least 4, because there was the forest and the tree thing, and then
That's
we were
true.
back
That's true.
at the castle for at least a day, if not 2.
I honestly forgot the tree
Yes.
entirely.
Yes.
Totally gone from my mind.
That was why she came.
I know. I just forgot that was the beginning.
Yeah, now he's just like, I don't know. I've never really been part of a group before, so I know I was helpful when I got here, and I keep trying to be helpful, but eventually they'll get back to whatever they were doing, and I don't know if I'll be helpful.
You know you'll be helpful. You should have more confidence in yourself.
Well, I am very good at clearing things. You are right, but when they talk about all of these strange things, they are very smart. I don't quite follow.
These threads are all going to come together one way or another, and I think you're going to be a big part of it at some point.
Well, if that is true, I have some more preparations to make.
I think that's not a bad idea. World's changing.
When will you tell them?
Maybe I will.
They seem worthy to me. That I will trust them with my secret when it is time.
You know how dangerous that secret can be.
Well, I mean, you know how dangerous that can be if they turn out to use it poorly.
This is true, Naui. This is true.
Is this up here? Yes.
Yes, just carry on here. There's a small smith shop that Sinclair hunkered down in. Good friend of his from the old days, I'm told. I've not particularly met this individual, so perhaps take what Sinclair says with a grain of salt. He's loyal, but he's not exactly a people person. Anyone he likes is automatically a little suspicious.
Oh, okay. I will be ready to stop someone if I need to.
Maybe that's a bit too far,
Oh.
but at the very least, just keep an eye on them.
Understood.
She'll chuckle and smile. And the rest of the ride is a little silent. She's just kind of pondering what you said with a little content smile on her face.
Yeah.
As you pull up. Sorry, go on.
As the rest of it, now he probably talks to Lupa. They haven't talked in a while. I'm not gonna make you narrate that. I generally, anytime now he's quiet, she's probably just mentally talking to Lupa.
Lupa's just, okay, this is a lot.
Filling Lupa in on everything that we filled the queen in, and then some.
Lupa's like, you fought what in the cave?
Point of order.
Why wasn't I involved?
Point of order. We agreed to not tell the queen about our friend, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought we weren't going to
told
tell
the
everybody about the
queen
cultists
everything.
yet either, but we told both Kata
Yeah,
and the queen
yeah.
Immediately there's the cultists, and I'm like, oh,
I forgot about that. We weren't going to tell him about cultists, but she kind of needs to know.
Well,
Anyway,
they know now.
This
That
was
worked
before.
out.
Yeah, this was before an eldritch horror.
someone tried to murder
stuck
us.
in.
Yeah.
Right. Because we don't know what's related
Which could
and
be
what's not.
related. Yeah, it could be related to the cult.
So now we would hear bing bong.
Hello.
It's Mara. Did you
Oh.
guys find Sinclair?
He's at a smith shop somewhere. There's someone that he likes, and the queen says since he likes them, then we should be worried because he is not nice.
Where is the Smith's shop?
I will be honest, I don't really know my way around this city. I took a right at one point.
Do you need us to come find you?
No, I can get back. Lupa has Dewan sent down pretty well.
Okay, then we're gonna finish cleaning up here at the castle.
Okay. Are you also telepathic? How are you doing this? We are very far.
I'm using a song.
Oh. It is quite an interesting song. And I think she just stops talking.
Yeah, it probably cuts out there anyway. I'm pretty sure that was way more than 25 words. Okay.
It is quite interesting that she's talking to herself, and it's Blue's like, hey chick, who are you talking to?
And
Lupa's just
Mara
like,
would tell the rest of
"You
the
good?"
group, they found Sinclair. They're on their way to get him at a smith's shop, but so it doesn't sound like they need our help. So, what did you guys find out about Tentacly Balyrki?
All I know is it was already mostly dead before it's fully dead now.
There are symbols on its skin that match symbols in the vision you had, Mara. And also,
Hey, is Kata still there?
no,
Hasn't moved.
I retcon that. Instead, Dawan will say, Mara, do you know this language? And or do you know what this says? And just while giving you looks.
I will let you know in a bit. By the way, contacted Esther. She's not with Balyrki yet. But I did warn her that we fought something that was wearing Balyrki's face. So maybe if she can't find Balyrki, she'll let us know. I don't know, because it's Esther. But just thought you all should know. and then Mara would sit down and start doing ritual casting comprehend languages.
Oh, okay. Well, we need that for the sword anyways, but it was more like a... My thing was like, hey, look at these symbols that match the symbols that you saw in your vision.
Yeah, but just because she could read it doesn't mean she knows how to read it now. She doesn't permanently learn the language.
I didn't remember you learning. I didn't remember you reading the language. I just thought you were going to recognize it.
No. Well, since we don't have anything else to do besides sit here and attune to items, so she's gonna sit there and...
You can sit there and ritual cast it and just, do it. Are you looking at the pattern on the sword first, or are you looking at the symbols that Dewan is showing you first? Just so I know.
Dewan first, because she asked, and Aridin hasn't spoken up. Oh.
The symbols are very much random words mixed with, like, arcane symbols. So, mostly to do with what appears to be the current situation, the current spell that was on them, sorry. So words like animate, decay, freeze, conduit, like just general, just random phrases that seem to make up whatever this magic was that continued to sustain this creature in whatever weird stasis it's currently in. It's not quite undead. It's very weird.
Can I tell how long ago the symbols were scribed? I'll make whatever roll you want me to make.
Can I assist?
Go ahead and just make a straight intelligence check.
Can I assist this roll with my knowledge of medicine and anatomy and just like how things heal?
Oh, you can talk it out. It will be a straight roll. The assistants will remove the disadvantage I was about to put on it.
Haha, there you go.
Let's see. Not Constitution, that's the wrong thing.
No.
Natural 20, so 22. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right.
Mara comes through again. Woo woo.
I would like to say Dawn
Cards.
helps. Dawn helps.
Dawn did help. Dawn helped.
Sweet.
Because knowing me would have been a 1.
The runes are relatively recent. It's a little difficult to tell at first just due to the way that the skin currently is. But as you take a closer look and look at where the markings actually are, you can see that there isn't any kind of continual decay or buildup of like dirt or dust or anything along those lines, or at least not to the level that you would expect if it was put in when the original body passed away.
Okay, so we saw Verlurky, 4 weeks ago?
Ish, yeah.
Okay, so does this look newer than that?
Difficult to tell, but could be.
I'd pass
definitely,
that on
yeah, definitely
Dewan.
could be newer than what you had previously seen.
Okay, I think these are newer than the last time we saw Verlurky.
I agree. The edges seem sharper. If they were older, they'd be dulled or there'd be debris in them. But these seem relatively clean.
And thinking back, we didn't see Verlurky pull her sword, correct?
Sorry, what was that? You cut
We didn't see
up a little.
Verlurky pull her sword when we were underground with her.
Oh no! You saw her flourish her blade. Yeah. You've seen her. You've seen her
Like
blade.
this one?
Eridin has had her blade.
Yeah, but this is not
on her person before. This is
her blade.
not her blade. No.
Right, but the blade that we saw her flourish, was that the one Aridin took?
No.
Was then? No. Okay.
No.
So the one we saw her flourish, did she flourish a blade underneath the city? And was
So
it
when you were
similar?
underground, she did flourish a blade. It was a different blade, but it was exactly the same in terms of color, material, etc. This blade is completely different.
Okay,
It's a different
so
shape.
it was different than this one.
It's a different shape, it's a different material, it's a different engraving. It's a different blade altogether.
It's not Valerki's blade.
Okay. So let's talk this out a little bit. Okay. So we saw Valerki, and she banished the crew worm and the leader Kruthic. So this thing has a blade similar to what the Lunaceritas use, but with different stuff on it. What does the blade say?
We hand it to you to read, because we don't know.
It will say, give me a second. Because this is important, because as we've already established, it's the same
This is,
engraving that is on the
I
cone.
need to write this down.
Yeah, it's the same engraving that's on Oren's cone,
What the fuck?
on the blade.
Oh, wait, we've never
Yes.
had Mara read the cone?
No, I looked at the cone, but I never tried.
Translating it.
Right, I didn't know it was like a speech, a writing, or Mara actually probably wouldn't want to cast magic on it since she doesn't know what it does, and you people are insane for carrying this thing around.
Mhm.
She was gonna wait until she gets legend lore. She's working on that to get legend lore to find out information about this. But so what does it say?
Yeah, the last session, Oren, when you saw the blade, when you and Eridan were looking across the body and picked it up, the sections that were lit up on your cone match exactly where they are in the sentence of this blade.
Oh.
So it is the same sentence. It is to put out the myriad suns, to darken the light.
Oh, those are the words that appeared, myriad, and two. Oh my god! Why the sisters? I'm such an idiot.
Wasn't that on the wall in my vision as well, or something similar to that?
There was a similar sentence, yes. There was a similar, not the same, but very similar. The one that you saw on the wall was a longer sentence.
But I remember the whole darken the light thing, and I was like, nope, these people are evil. We need to hunt them down.
Yeah.
Okay.
The what you saw on the wall was we take the lights of the universe and devour, snuff them out. The stellar sea forgets the names of the drowned. And this is to put out the myriad suns, to darken the light.
Okay, so either
Same theme.
And all I got was out, two, and myriad. That's the only things that were translated from the cone.
Those are the only ones that are currently showing up on the cone, yes.
Right.
okay. So either the Lunaceritas captured this thing in its plane when they went to its plane and somehow grafted a Valerki mask upon it and forced it to come here and attack us. And if it's half dead, they could probably get a necromancer to control it. Not sure. Or there's something else going on that has nothing to do with the Lunaceritas, and they were being framed. These are my theories. Anyone else have any?
I think the Lunaceritas might be working with these strange creatures. They tend to have quite the influence on people's minds. And seeing these symbols and what they mean, after you telling us what they mean, that's pretty much like where I found our little friend, especially the myriad. I mean, these words are matching up. So it's my thought that these creatures, whatever their goal is, they're using the Luna Cerritos, or the Luna Cerritos thinks they're using them. To what greater purpose, I have no idea.
Then based on the... Kata's still here, right?
He's listening to this whole thing. He's just chilling.
By the
He's
way,
just
Kata,
chilling.
are you a dragon?
I'm a dragonborn.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not just a dragon that's turned himself into a dragonborn?
Somehow,
People?
I think I would know.
Or- Can she make an insight check? She doesn't trust him.
Yeah, absolutely.
She really thinks he's a dragon. In her mind, he's a dragon. Insight. Woohoo, +8. 22.
22. Okay. Yeah, he's telling the truth.
Okay, fine.
He's a dragonborn.
But you've been around for
He
a while,
rules.
right? Have you seen anything like this? The tentacle thing?
That's quite a rude way to call me old, but, no, this is very much new. I'm enjoying just listening to all this play out.
By the way, what does this enchantment on my sword do again?
You asked for a power-up. I gave you a power-up.
So I'm just supposed to guess?
You didn't ask for anything specific.
Okay.
Didn't
I guess I'll
you
figure
get
it out the
flames?
first time I go. Yeah,
Didn't
I
you
got
get
the flame.
the fire swords?
Oh yes, you did ask for something specific.
Well, yes, I did. I said, I want the same enchantment that are on those swords, but I want it on scimitars. And you're like, okay, it'll take me a while to move it. So
Mhm. There you
I
are.
just wanted to know what the
Just
enchantment
be-
was
Oh, what?
besides flame.
It's a better refined and better protected blade on top of everything.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't even know where we go from here. But I think we definitely need to go clear out that fort so we can have a home base. So we can stop coming to the queen and bringing danger to her, maybe? I don't know if things were here because of us, but even though she can protect herself, I don't like endangering people who may be innocent.
It's certainly starting to look that way. I mean, trouble has followed us everywhere we go. We might as well not bring it to the royal door.
Great. I thought by letting Esther go, we were going to prevent this, but obviously not. So I say we take today, rest up, maybe do some more research in the library, and then head to the fort tomorrow.
Well, by tomorrow we should be able to speak with Dead and see maybe if this creature will divulge some of the reasoning behind why it's here.
Is there a time limit that you have to do that spell? Because I
believe
think
so.
it was maybe dead already and then was
Yeah, I don't
animated.
believe there's a time frame, but
Okay.
I think if it's as long as it's dead and has means to speak, it should be fine.
Do you either of you have a way to maybe preserve the body?
Gentle repose.
Sure thing.
And so it should be being preserved.
Go ahead and cast Gentle Repose. What does that look like?
I guess it looks like peat moss falling over the body and then disappearing.
Yeah.
I see that now. I see the peat moss like growing from the body and encasing it, like mummifying it. Kind of.
That's cool.
That's dope.
We'll say that.
Sorry, I don't mean
Love
to
it.
step on it.
No, I
Just
like
as soon
that.
as you
I like
said
that
peat
idea.
moss, I was like, that's what I
imagining
had
it
in my
like
head.
like I don't know. I was imagining like falling, but I like the idea of it like kind of like coming out and it like almost like a cocoon and then like fading away.
Hell yeah, love it.
Should we move the body though? I don't know if the queen wants it left in the middle of her terminal.
I mean, we can move the body, but do we want to speak with the dead? Maybe
And you do
Company?
it now?
Yes, so that's what I was saying. Tomorrow we can do because I can't do it today unless you have it prepared.
I
currently.
have it prepared currently, but we have company.
Oh.
And
Let's take this to one of the hotel rooms, which was really a jail cell that we stayed in the first night, and
What?
have a discussion.
Oh no!
What? Excuse me?
And now
No,
Mara
when
knows.
we first.
I don't
Now Mara knows.
don't listen to Lauren. What are you talking about? Those were
We'll just take it to a private room.
absolutely
That's what I
adequate.
meant.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, we should do that.
You realize I'm right here, right? Like you can go ahead and do what you want to do. It's not like I'm going to do anything.
Okay, so we're gonna pinky swear you to secrecy. Whatever you hear, you can tell not another soul.
I'd like you to swear on your blood. Blood oath. Blood oath.
Little much, but sure, I'm in it for the drama.
Wait, you gonna give him a night?
So, who
Totally.
all damaged
Shackles.
this creature in life? Because that's a complication to the spell. If it knows that you are an enemy,
Probably all of us.
I didn't. I missed the
Maybe
few times I
Kata
tried,
should,
and
Ask the questions. Since
And
he's
then-
here, he might as well be useful.
Only the caster can talk to the ghost. No one else can talk to it, and no
Yes.
one else can hear
no,
it.
that's what I mean. So,
Okay.
if I did not damage it, I can't do it today. I would have to wait until tomorrow to speak to it. Whereas, I believe it might. I mean,
I mean, Dewan, you fucked it up a little bit last session, didn't you?
I cast Spirit Guardians on it, yes. And then it promptly broke my concentration, but I did get one Spirit Guardian.
But it did take damage.
Yeah, I
yes.
did get one Spirit Guardian into it, so...
Do you have anything that you can maybe change the way you look? So you
I
can trick it into
mean-
thinking it's a friend?
I think even if my outward experience with outward
it's if it recognizes you.
was different, it would still recognize me spiritually as the caster. It would recognize my magic, if that makes sense.
I don't believe so. It's only if it recognizes your appearance. If it sees you and it recognizes you as a person hostile to it, I believe.
I mean, I could try shifting if that makes you feel. But if I look a little more animalistic, unless
And I give my
someone has
glamour
a disguise kit.
cloak.
Oh, okay.
I'll put my so because you can change that. You can make it look like different things. So you can make
I
it
mean,
look
can
whatever-
we just
whatever you
throw a
want.
cape over your head and then you cast the spell and it doesn't know, it can't see you?
Why don't we stick a paper bag over my head while we're at it?
Does anybody have a mask? Oh no, he's
Or a mask? Something? So it doesn't know it's you? I don't know. I don't know how this magic works.
Hold on,
But
I
you have
think
a
Mara
different
has
outfit.
a disguise kit. Let me look. It's been a while since
Let
she's
me-
had to use those abilities.
Suddenly, the illness that will not be named has invaded these lands, and I pull out of my bag a bunch of masks. Would these work?
all of these
Mara
masks
does
that I
have
had
a
in my
disguise
bag.
kit.
They all
So
are
Mara's
cat
like,
faces.
well, I can make you look different if you want. But I think are you sure that they can't recognize that you on a spiritual level?
I don't believe so.
I mean, if I fail, then Jack around.
You can always try again tomorrow morning
It's true.
with Jack.
The spell fails if the corpse was the target of the spell within the last 10 days. I don't know if it's the caster, if a different caster changes that, or if it's just anyone casting this spell.
Right?
That's a DM call.
I'm gonna give you a quick clue. This thing's been reanimated.
Oh, no, it wasn't in life. It wasn't fighting us in life.
Corpse must still have a mouth and cannot be undead.
I mean, it.
Oh, what? I don't see that. Oh.
Oh, it's reanimated. It's undead. It's not gonna work.
Okay, but could we not animate
And
the
can't be
dead
undead.
body that
You're
was
right.
reanimated before it was reanimated to the thing that attacked us?
Well, it would
No.
still be undead. It would still be undead. So none
It
of this
doesn't-
means
it doesn't work on
anything.
undead.
We
Did it-
wasted
Did it-
20 minutes.
I missed that part at the beginning.
It's fine. Okay.
So yeah, we're not gonna be able to talk to this thing, but yes, definitely in the morning. I think we should head out towards the port
We should
and
burn
take
it.
care of that, so
It's
we
still
can
dead.
Absolutely.
stop putting the queen in danger. And we'll just find out what the queen wants done with this, because she said she was gonna take it to her doctor friends. So you preserving the body is great. We'll just leave it here, let her do with it what she's going to do. Did anyone else have anything to do today? Besides go to the library maybe and try to find out about these things?
I don't think we'll find anything in the library about these things.
I don't trust this library about this magic.
Our only source on these type of things
It's
doesn't
unavailable
like to
for
speak
the-
very much, the little fucker.
That reminds me. Can I see perhaps?
Otter is just gonna smile and just kind of chuckle to himself now and then as this whole conversation is happening.
Do you have any opinions, Sir Chucks-a-lot?
He's just kind of just standing there, just letting all this happen. Claws still on his cheeks. As you address him, he's just... It's just... interesting. Perhaps it's worth taking a look at what new information you can gather, but also everything you may have learned so far. I don't know what you know, but looking back is always helpful. Nasiel kind of just scratched across his claw and just kind of almost absent-mindedly kind of like looking off. He's not talking to you at this point. He's kind of almost looking past you. He'll do this and just... All right, I'm bored. Adios. If you do need me, then you know where I am. He'll click as he does so. There's that slight twirl of green gas and dust again as he...
Wait. Just before that one's going to say, your mascara's smudged.
And he'll...
With
And
the
as-
face of
yeah. As Oren is about to pull out perhaps, we'll flick back over to Nawi real quick, as we've been a little while in the throne room here. The Queen will lead both you and Lupa up to it's a bit of a kind of a hybrid building almost. On one side, you see this large open forge with a lot of different pieces of both weaponry and just general tools. On the other side, you seem to see this almost a dining area, a large collection of chairs and seats and tables. You can see that the forge is actually doubling as this almost a barbecue, as it were. There's a whole section dedicated to the weapons, and then there's a large kind of grill area, which seems to be covered in very heavily spiced meats. As you step forwards, and as you kind of come up to it, it doesn't seem like it's open currently. There's no one currently sat eating in this kind of open plan dining area. There is a door at the very back, and this person isn't very stealthy. So you do see about halfway up the door, this large, very deliberate looking hole, and just an eye looking straight through it. As soon as they spot you,
in their mind, hello.
hello?
Will you open the door, please?
You trying to convince me?
Do I need to? No, I can open the door. Is it? I just start trying the door.
Trying to use your mind magics. Ain't gonna fall for it. I'm just messing with you. You hear the very distinct sound of a footstep and then a large, heavy, metallic thud against the wooden floor, and another kind of soft pat, another huge thud. As a hand reaches up, the door opens, and you see a very well-dressed individual. They seem to be dwarvish, very kind of tanned, dark skin. They seem to have a beautiful golden chain, which stretches from a piercing in their nose and kind of comes up and across. They appear to be dressed in very nice, very colorful sashes and fabrics that seem to be wrapped around them. They look towards you with a little bit of a smile, and as the robe comes down, you can see what appears to be a very overtly cylindrical prosthetic. It's very large and cylindrical at like the thigh, and then as it continues from where the knee would be, it kind of cuts off and it's just one long piece of metal.
Mm-hmm.
Very weird prosthetic. And they'll kind of look towards you and just, all right, so who are you? We're closed.
Queen's person whose name I forgot. Steve?
Got you.
Sam? Silas? Sloan?
He'll turn and kind of shout backwards. Oi, Eclair, you got visitors.
Eclair. Yes, that is it, yes. Like the sweet.
Sweet, anything but. And he'll throw a smile and a little wink at you as he opens up the door and kind of notices who's on the back there. Just, oh, yeah, your Majesty, I didn't realize you were going to frequent here. It's a low bow.
I kind of like get in line of sight. Perhaps you should be polite to people no matter who you're talking to.
Nah. And he'll turn and there's another kind of patter and a heavy thunk as he walks further in. The building itself is pretty modest. It's just a little kind of almost a shack, as it were. There's a little bed off to the side. You see propped up against a makeshift kind of chair where pillows and kind of bedding has been thrown down. Tending to a wound across his side is the elderly but still very kind of active visage of Sinclair. He seems to be kind of just actively tending to his wounds, kind of opening it and occasionally cleaning it. And you see a wince as he grits his teeth and will cover it back over. And there's another part that he'll open up. He's just kind of tending it with whatever ointment or oil.
So mean. Now he kind of looks. It doesn't even look that bad. Why are you wincing? You are fine. Come here.
I'm getting on in years, if you have not noticed. But sure. Thank you for your concern.
You are welcome. Let me see. Let's move. Stop. Let me see. You're doing it wrong. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
He will begrudgingly kind of like he doesn't actively dislike you. It's like a passive mutual dislike, I feel. It's just kind of like I'll let it go and kind of look towards you and just kind of throw you a little nod as he will lay back a little. And yeah, this wound is pretty severe. There was definitely some kind of trauma that was taken on top of it, and then it has been also it's quite a deep stab wound as well. You can go ahead and definitely cast Cure Wounds.
That is 14.
14 points of healing. All right.
And then assuming that doesn't close it up. My hands glow with this green energy, and I hold it over the wound. I'm like, so this is going to sting a little bit, and I said that too late, I know. And then she pulls her hand back, and this energy source she pulls out, and this little green little soot sprite appears, and she leaves it on her shoulder. That will keep helping you for a moment while you explain to us what happened. And I cast Healing Spirit to continue to heal him for the next minute while he talks.
Towards the spirit as you cast it, just ever full of surprises. Not much to tell. I think I am the only person that was informed when the Queen felt their disturbance. I thought I would go ahead and check out the throne room itself beforehand, but as I didn't even get there before I saw a strange individual in the halls. It was strange. It didn't seem like anyone else picked up on them at all as we were stalking through. Anyway, I decided to leave them out of the castle. Take them away to somewhere more quiet. When I did that, well, that is when they sprung on me. I thought that perhaps they were going after Her Majesty, but it appears I was incorrect. They tried to throw this thing at me, this small creature. It didn't get very far. I have a good eye. I caught it on the end of my hook blade. It's in a wrapping over there if you want to see it. But
no, he walks away.
Whatever actually did figures. He'll lay back, just kind of holding his side again. And the dwarven individual will point you over, and you see both of his hook blades kind of crossed on there, both covered with the same kind of purple-ish blood that came out of the creature you just fought. At the very end, pinned against where the hook kind of curves and ends, is a small, what seems to be larval creature that looks incredibly familiar.
How small? Is it like caterpillar or is it like puppy?
No, it's tiny, like that big.
It's like a Tic Tac or a Jolly Joe.
What is a Jolly
I
Joe?
just kind of look at it. Oh, I know what this is.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Sinclair will look towards you, and you'll look back. You hear a little chuckle from Queen Elowen as you're really going to leave him in suspense, aren't you?
Oh, he didn't ask. He just said if I yes, it is trouble. This is trouble.
God, you're wonderful. And the Queen will just kind of give you a very loving, but also like still giving you plenty of space, just like a loving pat on the shoulder before turning back to Sinclair. Just trouble. I could never have guessed.
Oh, surely it was not just this that did all of this to you, yeah?
No, the thing that actually attacked me unfortunately got away. My friend here chased it off.
Did you catch it on the face, maybe?
Looked like someone relatively unremarkable. Didn't really pick anything up because Sinclair's perception is garbage.
I rolled and Sinclair failed all of you. Well, it appears we should get you patched up and compare notes and try and figure out what's going on. But if I had to guess, I would, and like kind of towards the Queen, I would lock down the castle and not let anyone in or out until you've investigated everybody.
I would agree.
Oh yeah, we gotta find that guard.
The Queen will look towards.
Was that the unremarkable person? The guard.
You could assume. Yeah, the Queen will look towards the dwarven individual and just thank you for protecting my comrade here. They'll look up. Just don't mention it. I owe him a few favors, and he kind of begins to bow again. There's a slight jingle as the kind of jewelry kind of rattles as he moves.
This all seems very important, but I wanted to ask before. I am very forgetful. You are a smithy and a cook, yes?
That's me, yes.
Would any of this interest you? And I...
You just start, but is it everything? Everything you've collected so far?
Mm-hmm.
Just spilling it out, and he just, whoa. All right, let's get this out of my house. First of all, please, if you could. We'll go ahead and assemble it on one of the tables outside, if that's all right.
You would be interested when we're not in the middle of like a whole thing?
Yeah, I like tinkering with things. I like making things.
Okay,
so,
if I forgot,
not?
I would be bringing up later to everyone, like I met a smithy, and they'd be like, did you ask him about the thing? And I would say, oh, no, I should have. Let me go. And then I'd leave while they were still talking to me, and they would be like, wait, no, not now. And I'd be like, oh, okay.
Your friends sound fascinating, he says very sarcastically.
Now, wait. No, they are quite good. They are quite good people, yes.
Right. Your Highness, declare. Just go ahead and chat what you need to. Chat what you need to in here for a moment. You touch any of my stuff, I'm not going to be pleased.
I don't think you can talk to her like that.
He'll go ahead and step out, and Elby kind of just lets him pass, looks at him a little quizzically, just, more people treat me like that than I think the more people treat me like that than you would expect, but people are allowed to act how they want to act.
I look at her and I do you want me to kill him?
We don't have to kill everyone we meet now.
He's quite rude. I would also set up roadblocks because the person may have gotten away. If you could probably send word to Mara. She's good at organizing people.
I shall do. Let me just get the last of the information I can out of Sinclair and make sure that he's not going to randomly die on me. Kind of shoots him a look. And then I will begin the preparations. She'll nod and give you like a little bow, just a little one, just out of respect. Now, if you please.
Oh, like not okay. Yes, and now
She'll keep the door. She'll keep the door open just as to not be suspicious. So she just kind of close it over a little bit, just so there is a bit of privacy. She's very aware that like everyone's getting scrutinized right now, so she's like, okay, I'll just do that.
She'll just sit outside and talk to Lupa about. Do you think Dawn's gonna like this pillow whenever we get to give it to her? I feel like it's not gonna happen. Lupa's like, no, it's a great pillow. She's gonna love it. What do you? Your skin is beautiful.
It is so soft. I tried it out when you weren't looking. I mean, I didn't try it out.
Yeah, not at all. You're putting that rogue point to good use, like sneaking naps on pillows.
Oh no, I was like, that's from Lupa. Lupa's saying, I tried it out.
Oh, Lupa. Got it.
No. This is gonna
All
be
right.
an absolute surprise for Dawn. Dawn has no idea. Are you kidding me? Please.
The multiple
right.
goose down is very kind.
So as the party here is about to speak again to perhaps, and Nawe is about to organize with this dwarven individual whatever this gear is going to look like, this is probably a good spot to leave off for today before we start getting into your next moves, your next plans, and reaping the rewards of the amount of nonsense you've been through so far.
Next plan, squishing perhaps the little worm he is.
Oh yes. Oh, Orin kind of wants to murder him right now.
Showing perhaps who's now dead sibling Trouble.
Is that what we're calling
exactly.
him?
Perhaps
Trouble.
and trouble.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. It's Trouble.
Wonderful. All right. It is very interesting to see how everyone is beginning to put pieces together. I'm curious to see whether anyone's actually going to get it before
Absolutely not.
things drop. I'm curious.
I'll let you know
I
right
hope it's
now.
gonna be a surprise, and we'll be like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm just gonna say we're gonna make this happen. The mind is whatever these like weird mind flayer things are, and then the martyr is gonna be perhaps
Our
because,
party.
we're gonna fucking murder him. So that's the martyr. There you go.
I will say for one of the main plot threads of the entire campaign, you now have all the pieces for. It's just a case of whether you're going to put it together. So I'm curious to see if that happens.
Why
It is-
us like that way?
Yeah, like when you say we've got all the pieces for, do you mean like we, the current party that is here present,
We have all the pieces.
I'm honestly gonna say
Yes.
it's minus Orin have all the pieces.
Yes,
Okay.
we are absolutely you have all the pieces to set up one of the major plot points now. I'm just curious to see whether everyone figures it out. Anyway, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap today's session. Going to do a quick round the horn here just to let everyone plug what they want to plug real quick, so that you can go ahead and support this amazing cast in their own endeavors. Going to start with Rochelle.
Hi, I'm Rochelle, Dragon Gem on Twitch, the Dragon Gem on Twitter. I stream on my own channel Sundays and Wednesdays. I play a lot of puzzle games. All the proceeds for my channel are donated to my local animal shelter, so please come watch me play puzzles.
Sweet. Melissa.
I am Melissa, also known as Orange Geek, and I do certain things on the internet. So check me out and see you soon.
Sweet. My Zoom just closed. Jesse.
Just going to suggest if Austin needs to go, you can do Austin first, and then I can do tech things very quickly.
Sure, go ahead, Austin.
Austin, that's me. Hey, I'm Austin. You can find me on Twitter at SailorScottAustin. That's at Sailor SCT Austin. You can also find me every Wednesday on my podcast, Secret Histories of Nerd Mysteries. We're wherever you get podcasts. This upcoming episode, we just got done with vacation. Me and Brenda took vacation. We didn't go anywhere. We just didn't record and edit our show, which is a lot of work. This upcoming episode is about a production company that was known as Cookie Jar Group. If you don't know who Cookie Jar Group is, actually, you do. They at one point had the largest library of all children's entertainment in the world. So if you watch kids TV, you interacted with them. You can learn about who they were, what they're up to, all the tax scandals in jail they went to. Other than that, I don't. You can catch me on Fridays. Right now, doing live stream development for Kids in Capes. That's on Hunter's Entertainment Twitch channel. I think it's just Hunter's Entertainment, like one word, because it's Twitch and you can't do spaces and junk. But follow me on Twitter. I post about it every Friday before we go live. It's pretty cool to be working in the Kids on Bike system and making a superhero thing and be doing it live on stream. I didn't know how that would feel, but it's pretty neat. That's it. Find me on Twitter, SailorScottAustin.
Awesome.
You can
Sweet.
go if you need to.
Yeah, if you need to go, please go. Cool. Speaking of which, while Jesse is doing tech things there,
I fixed it's done.
oh, well.
Oh wow, that was fast. Hi, I'm Adam. I do the post production for Mind of the Martyr, so check out our YouTube at Friends Who Roll Dice's YouTube page. You can check out all the cool little things that I add in, like music and sound effects to our games. We're also available on podcasts wherever you get podcasts. I love the systems that just broadcast everywhere. It's amazing. And speaking of podcasts, check out my personal podcast that I do with my wife. It's called Awkwardly in Love. Because we're total nerds. I am slightly less awkward than that, but not by much.
Fantastic. And Jesse.
Hi, I'm Jessie, Jahoos the Moose on the interwebs. I do art things and I run tech here on the Mind and the Martyr. And tonight I was on top of it. Woohoo! That's it. That's all I got. Oh, nope, that's it. That's all I've got. I'm not gonna jinx. There's another show that I'm in, but
I'm gonna say it if you're not.
Okay.
If it's the one on this channel.
It's the one on this channel. On every other Saturday, I am in a Monster Hearts game. That we had a very long hiatus because schedules and life and everything sucked, but we're hopefully back at it. And I'm really loath to say that because every time I say it, I feel like I jinx it. But it's awesome and it's super fun. And you can catch us here on Saturday at 3 p.m. EST, 12 PST. Yes.
Brilliant. And as always, support the wonderful cast and all of their endeavors. They are fantastic. I love playing with them. As for me, I'm Ray, your humble GM for the Mind of the Martyr. This is currently my main project, that and helping the rest of the leadership team to keep Friends of Roll Dice doing cool stuff. Yeah, you can find us here, 6PT. There is a whole bunch of episodes to catch up on if you are new here and it's your first time. I also run the Stygian Shroud on Polished Cryptid's channel, which is a Curse of Strahd sequel that is on Fridays at a time that is Australian that I now cannot convert in my head. It'll be watch the VOD. It'll probably be out when most of the Easterners and Pacificers are asleep. So go ahead and check the VODs out for that. That's all I'm really doing at the moment, other than trying to get a whole bunch of stuff written down and trying to get my life in order. So, hey, if you've got any other projects, let me know. I'm looking for things to fill my time so that, you know, the world is a bit less depressing with everything going on right now, basically. But with that being said, thank you for watching and supporting us. If you like what you saw, go ahead and throw a follow. If you've got a Twitch Prime sub and you want to support us and help keep the channel going, throw a Prime sub down there. Friends of All Dice has been taking a little bit of a break, just the kind of July-August period. However, we have a whole bunch of stuff planned and ready to go, and it is so exciting, and I can't wait to share it with everyone. Quick note before I forget, speaking of stuff coming up, the Invisible Sun sign-up sheet that is on the Friends Who Roll Dice Twitter, your deadline is today/tomorrow, depending on what time zone you're in, the 3rd of August. At the end of the 3rd of August, the applications will close. So if you are interested in being in a short-term Invisible Sun mini campaign, go ahead and sign up there. Other than that, keep an eye out for other signups. We are just ready to go, just not yet. Some more sleep first. With that being said, and all of these wonderful people here, we're going to pass on the love that you have given us elsewhere. A huge thank you to the folks that keep us keep us running, Grinding Coffee, Dice Envy, and the wonderful folks at Roll20 as well. We're going to run a quick credit reel, and then we are going to raid somebody else. So thank you very much for watching. Keep safe, keep hydrated, keep well, and keep moving forward.